2.5.
Oh, do you have to do the...
Oh, the video.
No video?
Yeah, we should normally do the video. I don't know, whatever. Hey, guys.
Hey, guys, forget it. No worries. How's it going? This is Improv Donut, your weekly podcast of short form improv. I'm your host. Excuse me,
Your
Phil.
horse?
I'm your horse and your host. I'm going to be eating hay during this entire segment. How are you guys doing? My name is Phil, and of course we have some of the usuals, not the regulars like we usually have, but we got Nick on my side.
Hey. Nick
is here, and then of course we got Katie.
Hello.
And the usual who's normally behind the keyboard.
I'm on camera. What up, gangsters?
That's right.
That's why I'm behind
This is the last time. This is the last time he's ever going to be in front of the goddamn camera. But we got Dom here. How's it going, Dom?
It's going good, man. How are you?
Good. You seem super pumped to go.
I'm excited.
Not producing and such.
Yeah.
We do want to...
Just...
No worries. I want to just give a special shout out to our producer, Alicia, back there.
Alicia,
because you're on the keys.
Yes, you've inherited.
It's a joke that won't die.
She didn't appreciate it as much as I do.
All right, so we're just going to be doing some short form improv for you. And right now we are going to start by, we're of course going to need suggestions from you, our audience. So at any time, if you have an idea, you have a suggestion, or you want us to do something, just write it there in the comments and we'll go ahead and check it out and try and do it to the best of our abilities. So right now we're going to tell you a story. We're going to tell you a story that has never been told. And of course we're going to need the title of this story. And of course, I don't know if you want to, she probably doesn't. Alicia, would you mind telling us the title of a story you've always wanted to hear but you've never been told before? It could be something like The Wind and the Goblin, or I Fell Down the Well.
Curious
Mr.
Caterpillar.
Anything you wanted to hear. The Sneaky Snake. All right, so these improvisers are now going to tell you the story of the Sneaky Snake. Ready? Chapter 1.
The sneaky snake slithered along the ground. He was left to his own devices too often. The elders did not want to promote him to head snake, and he was trying to find ways to get around that. He decided that he would have to go on an epic quest for the ultimate sneaky snake Slytherin gold mine.
He slithered his way through the tall grass of the meadows. The sun was beating down on him, and he was feeling a little parched, but he continued to slither nonetheless. He knew that at some point he would sneak his way onto the community golf course, which had a nice pond where he could then lap up the water as part of his journey through the grass.
And on his way, he came across a school of other sneaky, slithery snakes who were having a party of some sorts, and he knew this slithery snake named Snuffleupagus. He knew that this party was a distraction, but he was still drawn to this party, so he sneakily slithered his way
right to Snuffleupagus's face with his tongue zipping out of front of it, and said, "You may rule all of these sneaky snakes that surround you, but I someday will rule all of the snakes on this golf course
and the whole country club, goddammit." So he stuck out his tongue and he just licked Snuffleupagus off the left side of his head, and Snuffleupagus fell over from the poison on his tongue. And so Samuel, the sneaky snake, decided he was drunk on power and on a murderous rampage and went after all the other snakes.
All right, awesome. That was an intense chapter 1. It was one hell of a way to open. Epic battle. Yeah. I'm hooked. I don't know about you guys, but I am super into this story right now. And in fact, we're going to go ahead and jump a few chapters ahead. We're going to jump all the way to one of my favorite chapters, chapter 16. Has some really good stuff of the Sneaky Snake. Chapter 16 of the Sneaky Snake.
Hiding in the hole of a that was once the home to a badger, Samuel the Sneaky Snake was waiting for the opportunity to silently slither out and take this long-sought gold that he's been after. he waits for his turn. He sticks his head out and hears nothing. He sticks his tongue out. Tastes no danger.
No danger in the air, and so he knows it's time to make his move. He already destroyed half the Elder Council, and now he was going after the slightly older council. And so he tested the air, felt no danger, and proceeded forward with his motions wiggling this way and that. And his goal was over the hill. And
he realized that being in the home of the badger, that he was able to dispel so many other species, that being in the badger's house would prove such an easy victory, that he let his guard down. He relaxed a bit. And right at that moment, as he slowly slinked into a sauna,
Terry, the terrible snail, snuck up beside him, and he demolished Sammy the snake with hidden powers in his snail shell.
After his defeat, Samuel the slithery snake slunk back to his badger hole, which he now has made his home, waiting, vying for a vengeful date in the future to steal the gold in order to overthrow the older council.
There you go. That was chapter 16. You could clearly tell why that was my favorite chapter. It's like not much happened, but then all of a sudden everything happened to Sammy the terrible snail, or what was it? Oh, Terry the terrible snail, following the pattern there. Yes. Anyway, so okay, we're now going to finish this story, of course, with the final chapter, which is chapter 39, which is gut wrenching. What's the phrase? Now I forgot it. It's a really heartfelt story. It's going to end on such a downer. That's all I know. We're going to end the slithering snake on this final chapter, 39. Here we go.
Sammy peered his head out of the gutter. He had been living there for months now, and he was down on his luck. He had been scrounging for just the carcasses of insects that other reptiles had eaten and left. That's all he could muster the strength to feed himself. He realized that he had fallen so far, he had no idea if he was ever going to be back to the slithering snake of his younger years.
So he realized that the best way to get accepted back into the Slithering Snake Council is to be friends. So silently, Samuel the Slithering Snake snuck his way back into the community of snakes that are called a lot of snakes. And he said his apologies.
And the council decided to forgive Sammy the Sneaky Snake and decided to retitle him Sammy the Sorry Snake because he was pretty sorry. I mean, he was sorry for all that he had done. He was sorry for the state of affairs, and he was sorry that all his plans had failed. But he didn't let the council know that. The council just, they just pardoned him, and they gave him a harem of snakes so that way he could end his days better. But for the moment, he kind of had to make rumination and pay back all the gold he stole.
Oh, we'll just end it there. I was like, I feel like she's wrapping it up. Oh, poor Sammy, the sorry slithering snake. Of course, I don't know if you caught it there at home, but it was as clear as day to me. The moral of this story, and the moral of the story is...
Don't
trust
a
snake
with
your
favorite
gold.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
We hope you enjoyed that story.
All right. So The next game we're going to play is called Ding or New Choice. And the way this game works is Phil and Katie, you guys are, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so these guys are going to do a scene, and then periodically throughout, I'm going to say New Choice, and they have to change the thing the last say. The last thing they said. Let's try that again. Something like this, Katie.
I love coffee.
New Choice.
I love pancakes.
New Choice.
I love folding laundry.
Perfect. So just like that. So what we need to get the scene started is a suggestion from you guys. Let's go with a relationship between two people. Something like doctors or brother, sister, anything at all.
You can pick Alicia if nobody's responding. Just pick one.
Be like random people in a cafe. Well, okay.
Sure.
That's my choice, sir. So,
Okay,
random
that's
people
fine.
in a cafe. Monster Brothers?
Monster Brothers. Okay. Okay.
Monster
Wonderful.
Brothers.
So, Monster Brothers.
Excuse me, Jeff. You've been terrorizing my town of Prettyville, and I'm gotta say, brother, I'm trying to watch my anger and everything, but I don't appreciate you terrorizing my town.
New choice.
Damn it, Terry! Don't stomp on my grapes.
Damn it, Steph. I mean, I'm just limited right now, okay? You know, your mom's favorite. You eat all the children like, you know, she asked you to. And just because I'm a picky eater, you know, you just get to rule whatever town you want.
Well, look, it doesn't mean that you gotta take my territory. I'd offer to help you out, like Monster Brothers do, of course. Like, I would take you under my monster wings, and I would show you how to torment and torture people.
Oh, I know all about how you torment and torture.
New choice.
I don't have any idea how you torment and torture.
New choice.
I have Sudoku.
Oh, whoa, you're still playing that game?
Yes.
What the heck? Well, no wonder you're getting so depressed. You're just playing Sudoku. You're not terrorizing anybody. You're not tormenting people. You're not, wreaking havoc. You're my monster brother, God damn it. You gotta be out there just punching kids.
Well, God damn it, these puzzles ain't gonna solve themselves.
New choice.
Damn it, those kids do need stomping.
Well, that's why I need your help. To stomp with me, like Monster Brothers should, okay? Now just put down the puzzles, and why don't we just go out, and we'll terrorize my town for like half an hour.
New choice.
We'll go out, and we'll get some Dairy Queen. How about that?
New choice.
Do you like to think about state of consciousness and how we have a larval state?
You know what? That has always been a mystery to me. You know, what is our state of life? Like, we start and then we just terrorize.
We terrorize, and
You
then
know-
we get gunned down by a bunch of Power Rangers.
Exactly. I mean, why isn't there more to life than that?
New choice.
Why isn't there more ice cream?
New choice.
Oh, our mom and dad suck.
It's true.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to terrorize those two punks for years.
Right?
Why don't we just go do that instead? We could always terrorize them, and you know what? I got your back. I'll show you how it's done. Okay?
New choice.
You know what? I got a bunch of games in my CRISPR that I don't know why I put them there.
That sounds like the best day ever. Bro.
All right, we'll just organize them.
All right, let's end the scene.
That one I really didn't know what to say.
It's a great suggestion. though.
Yeah. Monster Brothers.
Monster
Thank you,
Brothers.
Michelle.
Thank
That's
you.
my sister.
Yeah.
All right, that was super cool. Let's jump right
else.
into your slogan.
Okay, so now we're going to play a game of slogan where these lovely team of ad execs are going to give me slogans for products, and if I don't like what they say, I'm gonna penalize them, make them put up a hand, and then if I don't, they get to play a little bit longer, and if I still don't like what they say, then they're kind of like out of here. So we just need a suggestion of like a everyday household item, like an iron or a plunger, to get us started.
Yeah, we're gonna need a lot of suggestions, so I don't know if you want to just ask in the chat, see if they want to give just a ton of
Yeah.
suggestions, just
Yeah.
anything. And while we're waiting for that, if you wouldn't mind giving us just
Give us
one,
one
what was
to
it?
start.
Object? Would you
Yeah,
ask for?
object. I did ask for an object.
Object.
Yes.
We got new producers, guys,
Yellow.
working on this.
Give us
And
an
she's
object.
going
Jessica,
yeah.
Alicia.
Do you have an object?
Alicia,
Alicia.
you got an object for us?
Strawberries.
Strawberries.
That's slogans
Okay.
for strawberries.
Wild strawberries for when you're not need more energy.
Mike Berry strawberries. It's a hoot and a half.
Rawberry strawberry when you don't want to wear any clothes and eat strawberries.
My jaw is broken jawberries. That's right. It's a jawbreaker and a strawberry. It's tough as shit.
Terry Strawberry, he'll be your best friend. Another strawberry fairy, full of magic and fun stuff.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and let strawberries die, and Dom's gonna put it.
Strawberry fairy.
The strawberry fairy.
Strawberry
Fairy.
was not very.
Tough
yeah.
judge.
It's
It
she's
was-
pretty
it was
strict
not
here already.
Fantastic there. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a new. Let's go with TV show. Like, let's get some
Oh, we
slogans
got a
for
bunch of
comedy.
suggestions.
Ooh,
What's one of them?
ribbons.
Ribbons?
Okay, so ribbons. Let's go.
Ribs and ribbons when you want to eat some pork and then tie it up to go.
Blue ribbon ribbons. That's right. It's a blue ribbon for your blue ribbons. Do you ever want to award your blue ribbons for having a blue ribbon? Well, now it just come down and we got this blue ribbon and it will...
Fibbing ribbon for when you don't tell the truth, but you want to tell the truth, but so you kind of go in between, like a lie and a truth. So it's fib.
Driven ribbon when you're going 100 miles an hour. You got to tie your hair back. You use some driven ribbon.
Bibbin ribbon for when you eating that delicious pork barbecue, whatever it's called, and it's all dripping down. So you need a bibbin ribbon to, stop the stuff and save your shirt. That's what.
Higgin ribbon. That's right. My name is Joe Higgin, and I award people I like with ribbons. So if you want to get that, you just got it. What? I had an official spokesperson. Tough judge.
It's a tough judge.
Okay,
we have
so
more.
what other
Let's hear another
choices
one.
do we have?
Candles, spoons, and tax.
Okay, let's go with tax. Okay.
Tax.
Yes.
Flax tax, 100% organic thumbtacks for hanging up all sorts of flyers at the co-op.
Tax. Tax is the name. Tax is the game. You're gonna know what you get. That's what I sell. I'm tax. I'm selling tax. That's why you're listening to Tax on the radio. Somebody go buy Tax.
Lax tax. Hey, you want to hang this thing up? That's fine. If not, whatever.
Pax tax, because we need some peace in our thumbtack choices.
Slacks tax for that dapper man who needs those tacks to pin your suspenders to the roof so they don't crinkle and get wrinkled. That's why we got slacks tax just for you. Slacks tax, everybody.
Fat tax. That's right. They're giant, oversized tax to hang all your money, your dollar bills, and all that other shiz you want on your goddamn wall.
Frack tax, when you're out there drilling down into the ground looking for an energy source, and you need to also pin some things up.
Nix out. Okay.
Okay, so
we're gonna
Ooh,
do
down
two
to the
for
final.
now.
Ooh,
Yes,
two at
we're
the same
gonna have
time?
Two choices.
Oh.
So I do believe we have spoon, but maybe we can throw in like a TV show, like an
Okay.
idea for a new TV show.
Okay. Whatever you want.
We got one for magnifying glass.
Magnifying
Okay.
glass.
Okay, so let's do
Okay.
magnifying glass, and then an idea for a new comedy TV
New
show.
comedy TV show.
Okay, so
I didn't know a second. Sherlock Holmes magnifying glass. That's right. It's endorsed by Sherlock Holmes, the guy who solves shit.
Burn your aunt's magnifying glass for all the little juvenile delinquents who want to start killing things. Start with that magnifying glass.
Pocket magnifying glass. Maybe a monocle, but we don't know. So we're going to discover if it's, meant for looking at small things or looking at far things.
Magnifying pants. It'll make your shit look bigger. It'll look huge.
Grandma's magnifying glass. I can't read the coupons without it, so give me the magnifying glass, damn it.
Magnifying ass, also called keeping up with the Kardashians.
okay, Tom wins that one.
Just give it to him.
We all keep a hand.
Exactly.
All right. Well, you just won the whole thing.
It's like
Jesus.
fucking crushed it.
Exactly.
All right, so let's move on.
Yeah. No worries. Good game, everyone. Good game.
We're gonna move on to categories,
Yeah.
or Zulu, whatever you choose to call it. So this one, we're gonna need a lot more suggestions. Could be Let's get categories such
Hindsight,
as
we
like
should've
TV
played
shows or something like car brands, anything like that you could think of. Open-ended, like broad categories is what we need. But what's going to happen in this game is I'm going to point to someone and they're going to have to give an example of a category. Like I said, what did I say? Car brands. So something like Chevy.
Nissan.
Toyota.
Boom, just like that. And the same rules as last game. If they mess up, or if they try to get away with one and I don't let it slide, they have to put a hand up. 2, they're out. So do we have any
Jean.
Admin, sodas.
sodas? Perfect. All right, let's start with sodas, guys.
Sprite.
Pepsi.
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Whiz.
Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pibb.
Mountain Thunder.
Dr. Thunder.
No. Oh, yeah, I forgot to say you cannot repeat. So, Katie,
I screwed that up. That was a Ren and Stimpy joke.
it was-
I don't know if anyone remembers Ren and
I
Stimpy.
giggled. No, I mean, for me to get a slide,
Gotta
like, you
sell
gotta
it.
make me
Yeah,
giggle.
yeah. You gotta just sell it. You
All
gotta
All
sell
right.
it.
So, is that kitties? Is that what I see? Kitties?
No, textiles.
I was way off. Textiles. What the hell are
Is that
textiles?
what we're gonna do?
Guys, tell me what textiles are.
Cotton.
Sure.
Marble.
Uh-huh.
Houndstooth.
Okay.
Silk.
Okay.
Tile.
Hemp.
Ooh,
Marble.
that's actually... Marble was already said.
Kitty's already out.
Katie's already out.
Ah, baloney.
Out of here.
Get out of here.
All right.
You had to do.
Now,
Just rip everything off.
just sit back.
What's what is it? Breads? Ooh,
okay.
breads, guys.
Rye.
Wonder. Bread.
Pumpernickel.
We'll go with it.
Pumpernickel.
Sara Lee.
Paisano.
Gray Vinave.
Baguette. French toast.
Ooh.
Sternum.
Yeah. No.
Why? You went back.
Sternum bread?
Sternum bread.
Yeah,
It's
I
at
don't-
Whole Foods.
Anything's at Whole Foods.
Everything's at Whole Foods. So am I out?
Put a
I got-
hand up.
That
All right,
go to
so
Whole
let's get
Foods,
another
too
category.
expensive.
Do we have anything?
one was a hard one.
What was a hard one?
I was like, fuck,
I know, like
can only
white,
think of like
wheat,
3.
9 grain,
Oh, I guess that's right. Yeah, I was going
whole
for actual
grain.
brands.
That's all I got. I
Yeah.
would have been out of
Sourdough.
Bread.
Oh, sourdough. I love sourdough.
I love
would've
sourdough,
forgot
too.
I
about
like marble rye.
Marble Rye.
Yeah,
colors.
Try that.
Pumpernickel.
Colors is broad.
Colors.
We could do colors.
Okay.
All right, get creative. But make me laugh too. You know.
Okay,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
Mustard yellow. Verdant green.
Samuel L. Jackson Green.
Aquamarine.
He's green.
Roses red. Pink in your face pink.
That's kind of pink.
Flesh.
3, 2.
Brown. Dark brown. Burnt umber.
Strawberry blue.
Cadmium gray. Middle gray.
Middle gray?
90%
No.
gray.
Middle gray.
Middle gray.
That was hard. You just like hammer it.
I know. There are 50 shades. Middle is not one.
Go on a gray run, man. 20%
50
gray.
Shades of Middle Gray.
All right, so we're down to the final round. We're gonna make this go. Let's get 2 categories, and then they could switch between either of the categories. Something like presidents or what is that? I can't read it from here.
Let's see. Tapes or chairs?
Tapes,
Yeah.
sport. Okay, let's go with sports, and then think of one, Alicia. Put you on the spot.
I was gonna say, who's
Katie,
Alicia?
you could also think of one.
Superheroes.
So sports, I like that one.
Sports?
Sports or superheroes, guys.
Okay.
You ready?
The Hulk.
Hockey. Soccer.
The Devils. The Blue Devils.
That's a.
It's a hockey team.
Yeah.
Wolverine.
Uh-huh.
Michigan Wolverines.
Ooh.
The Fighting Irish.
That's, I mean, the same, but I'll let it slide. I went past it.
Basketball.
Okay.
Iron Man.
Dodgeball.
Ew, that's a sport.
Wait, what? Iron Man's a sport?
No, dodgeball's a sport.
There's
Oh.
a league.
Yeah. Wait, what? I said Iron Man.
I know, and then I went on, and he said dodgeball.
Oh, I didn't know you were pointing to me again.
No,
I'm out.
You lost
It's
it.
fine.
Ah.
You
Nick
can
is
feel
the
it
winner.
back.
Give it up for Nick,
Dang
everybody.
it. Sorry, I thought you were just staring at me like.
No, I already moved on.
Sorry, sorry.
That's a hollow victory, but I'll
Yeah,
take
yeah.
it.
It's fine.
He
You know
was
what?
staring at
Do I
you.
have to go
Phil.
bigger with my
Because-
arms?
God
He
damn
was-
it.
He was lost in your
I know. I
eyes,
was just like,
basically.
I was lost. It's like, oh man, I never noticed he had eyeballs.
What did he say?
All right, so
I
now
said
we're gonna
Iron
go
Man.
ahead and host. So I'm gonna host an improv. What the?
I know what the hell.
Sorry, there's a lot of things going on, and I should not pay attention to. So right now, our improvisers are going to host an improvised debate, and so to get them started, all we need is a hot topic in the news, something like Trump's a jerk again, or all those people
That'll
being in
never
cages,
happen.
or anything, or what's something that's important to you? What's like a news story you care about? She cares about crud. Anime? Is there anything particular in anime going on?
I don't have anything.
You know.
So The
Something
Incredibles
popped up?
2 just came out. The Incredibles 2 just came out. And
Wait. What's
Oh,
what did that
did
say
we-
on there? What's
Oh, I was ready for that.
Depp's bad movie.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and talk about Johnny Depp's bad movies.
So Johnny Depp just made another movie, and obviously the reviews are in, and of course we all know where this is going. It's obviously another bad movie. He hasn't made a good movie since what? The first Pirates of the Caribbean, and then he made the second Pirates of the Caribbean, which was, it was okay, and then the third came out, and it was just like downhill. This is just Johnny Depp is pulling the whole Fast and the Furious, just ride the train until it dies, and then you keep on riding it into death. It's kind of like narcolepsy, or not narcolepsy. What's the thing where you have sex with dead people? That's Johnny
Necrophilia.
Depp right now. Necrophilia. I was close.
Challenge.
Yes, Nick.
Narcolepsy is worse than necrophilia.
Ooh, let's hear that. Proceed.
Okay, well, it's actually first of all, it's more dangerous because necrophilia, at least the person's already dead, so you
Sure.
really don't know what's happening to them.
That's true.
However, narcolepsy, you could just be driving down with your buds in the car, you going to Sonic for the happy hour slushy, and then all of a sudden
Challenge.
you're asleep.
Yes, Dom.
I want to die in my sleep.
All right, let's hear about it.
I've been asked this question multiple times, and I don't know why people are so curious with how you die, but I've been asked how do you want to die? And obviously the best answer for me has always been I want to die in my sleep. I can't think of a better way to die. People say instantly.
Challenge.
Yes, Katie.
Sleep is too important to be dying.
That's true. Let's hear about it.
Yep. You're supposed to spend a third of your life sleeping, and just never get enough of it. Naps don't make up for it. Nice comfy beds don't make up for it. So, I'd rather sleep than die. Well, actually, I kind of get what you're saying, but I mean, yeah, I'd rather cherish the sleep while I can. And
You gotta keep going.
and so on that note, I thoroughly enjoy my Serta Eye Comfort mattress. That thing is a beast.
Challenge.
Yes, Dom.
Beds are way too expensive.
Proceed.
I have not had the opportunity to buy my own bed because last time I went into a mattress shop, whatever they're called,
Store.
yeah, mattress store, a store that sells mattresses. I had no idea before I moved out and had to buy my own how expensive they were. I mean,
Challenge.
Yes, Nick.
Mattresses are cheaper on Craigslist.
Ooh, proceed.
All right, so you could get a good mattress on Craigslist for $25, and yeah, usually it's got some kind of stain or it's goes down on one side. But if you get a king size one off of Craigslist, you could just put the bad side to the wall, and you never have to use it.
challenge.
Yes, Dom.
Craigslist shut down the personal section.
Oh, they did. That's right. Proceed.
Obviously they when I heard about this, I didn't know, but I used to get on Craigslist all the time for the what's it called?
Hookups?
No, not that one.
Brief
The other one.
encounters?
Missed
Missed
encounters.
encounters.
Oh, missed. Yeah.
Loved missed encounters. That was my favorite thing ever, and I wanted nothing more than to see myself think in my head that could have been me. What if that was me? So I don't get on Craigslist anymore to look for mattresses because I don't get on missed connections anymore. There is no more missed connections for me. So I
Challenge.
don't know.
Yes, Katie.
You can create your own missed connections by creating an online dating profile.
Ooh, let's hear about this.
Yeah, so I mean, those things are just so detrimental to your soul sometimes, because they're trying to do ones that are more geared towards the ladies making the first move, and you make the first move and then crickets. So I mean, you have your own missed encounters. You can create them yourself.
Challenge.
Yes, Nick.
Putting up fake identities on dating apps and websites can backfire if you use a fake picture.
Let's hear about it. Sorry. I was that seemed like the whole point, but yes, let's hear about it.
For example, I used a photo of Johnny Depp as my profile picture, and I was getting absolutely no responses. And so I just posted a question at the bottom of my profile. I said, I'm this good-looking, almost Hollywood-esque good-looking guy. Why aren't I getting any dates? And the first reply I got was because you've made a string of horrible movies.
Thank you. That was
Oh.
beautiful. That was a good rapper.
Yes.
All right, everyone. So this is all on you, Nick.
Oh, okay. Well, here's the part where we really let loose.
That's right. If you haven't
This,
been loosened
yeah,
up.
because up to this point we've been very,
tame.
very conservative, very
Yeah.
staid, very repressed. Some might say. So this is called Sex with Me, and basically what we do is we talk about how great sex with us would be if we revolved around some sort of object or some sort of suggestion that we get from the audience. And to get us started, we just want a suggestion. Maybe something you find in your refrigerator, like an egg or a slice of cheese, or
The C, is that what you said?
No.
Let's
Very
see.
Questionable beds.
Questionable bets.
Let's see. Catfishing. Let's see. Cold dead body. Jesus.
Oh,
What is
because
it?
it was from the last.
All right.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
all right,
so
just
which-
give us something out of the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Alicia.
Give us mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise.
Sex with me is like mayonnaise. There's a lot of white involved.
Oh. Sex with me is like mayonnaise. Don't leave me in the car for too long or I'll kill you.
Sex with me is like mayonnaise. It's gonna get creamy.
Sex with me is like mayonnaise. I'm dipping my fries in.
Sex with me is like sex with me is like mayonnaise. I am best on your bread.
Sex with me is like sex with me is like mayonnaise. I spread easily.
Oh, good one. Good one. Yeah, that's a good one. Good one.
Dominic gets a point.
one.
Okay, how about another suggestion? Anything at all?
Trees.
Apparently.
Okay.
All right.
Sex with me are like trees. I'm gonna spruce it up.
Ooh.
Sex with me is like trees. It's dead in the winter.
Sex with me is like trees, a lot of bark and no bite.
Sex with me is like trees, hard, firm wood.
Nice.
Ooh.
Sex with me is like trees. We're gonna get eaten by ants.
Sex with me is like trees, home to a furry creature.
Nice. Sex with me is like trees. I'm gonna pollinate in the air. Fuck, I could. I forgot what I was thinking of.
Okay.
It's
Sex
okay.
with me is like trees will sway in the wind.
Oh, that's a beautiful one.
Sex with me is like trees retreating.
Oh.
Sex with me is like trees, better done wild.
Ooh. Sex with me is like trees. A lot of older men harvest me for my innards.
Sex with me is like Christmas trees that come once a year.
Ooh, that's a good one. We're going to stop with that one, too.
Yes, that's
Let's
stopping.
get another suggestion. What's another thing that we got there in our little prompts there?
Let's see. One person hasn't gotten it yet. They were fascinated by trees.
Oh.
The rings.
Sex with us is like Lord of the Rings. All right, let's give it a shot.
Sex with me is like Lord of the Rings. It just goes on way too long.
Ooh, sex with me is like Lord of the Rings, my precious.
Ooh, sex with me is like Lord of the Rings. If you stick your finger in that hole, you'll disappear.
Sex with me is like Lord of the Rings. One of us is a dwarf.
Sex with me is like Lord of the Rings. 9 men go on a quest and only 2 succeed.
Sex with me is like Lord of the Rings. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. Only my sister will get that.
Sex with me is like Lord of the Rings. I've got an eye on one thing only.
Ooh.
Sex with me is like Lord of the Rings. You're going to be sore on.
Nice one. I think we'll stop with that one too. Let's get
Yeah.
another
Let's
one.
get one
Good
more
there.
suggestion.
He'll be sore on.
Wrestling.
Was that Connor? Love that guy.
Sex with me is like wrestling. I'm all greased up and ready for a show.
Sex with me is like wrestling. Sure, it's fake, but you just go along with it anyway.
Nice. Sex with me is like wrestling. You're gonna bleed whether you like it or not.
Sex with me is like wrestling. Sometimes you're going to need to tag someone else in.
Ooh.
Sex with me is like wrestling. It's an undertaking.
Sex with me is like wrestling. You're definitely going to want to jump from the highest rope.
Ooh. Sex with me is like wrestling.
Bam, ba-dum, ba.
A bunch. Sex with me is like John Cena.
Sorry.
I can't think of it.
I
That's
threw
all
you
right. I
off.
didn't really have much for that one anyway. Sex with me is like wrestling. Vince McMahon.
Sex with me is like wrestling. Someone's gonna end up with balls in their face.
Oh. Sex with me is like wrestling on the ropes.
Ooh. Sex with me is like wrestling. Once I pin you, you're down for the 3 count. Okay, fuck that one. Let's get one more. The last one. Anything else at all that's coming in there from our little suggestion category box?
Magical girl.
Magical girl. Sex with me is like
sure.
a magical girl. It's not real.
Sex with me is like a magical girl. A fantasy.
Sex with me is like a magical girl. I'll finally be cured.
Sex with me is like.
References.
Oh, God. Oh, okay, let me restart
Okay,
mine.
sorry.
Sex with me is like a magical girl. There's going to be handcuffs involved.
Ooh. Sex with me is like a magical girl. She had her own HBO special for a while.
Sex with me is like a magical girl. Finally, there's a girl involved.
Awesome. We'll end it on that one. Nick killed it there. Thank you, everybody, for all the suggestions. Thank you, Alicia, of course, for giving us plenty of suggestions today. Thank you for our lovely guest, Dom. Thank you for playing. Katie, thank you for sticking around as well. And Nick, of course, always a pleasure to have you on. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We are now going to take a brief little break, and we're going to go up to Improv Bagel, which is a long-form improv podcast, and we'll go ahead and get started, talk about our day, and do a series of scenes based on our day. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will be right back.
Don't close it. Just mute it.
Yeah. Don't turn that dial down. I don't know.
All right.
Magical. Are we live?
Hey!
Hey, everyone, we're live. We're back. Hey, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in here. Tuning in here. I got too excited because we are now here with Improv Bagel, the long-form improv podcast. We got the usual cats minus Scott, but forget that guy. He's dead to us.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yes, he literally just died, so this is his memorial for him. We're going to do a little bit of a eulogy later on. That's right. And
That's what you would have wanted.
we're going to live stream his burial. Oh, what's going on with my
What would
voice?
his
I don't know what's going on with my throat.
His cake would be a giant
That
pin.
cheese you just ate.
Oh, that's true. I'm all flammed up with cheese. Tito's got cheese. Anyway,
His
let's go ahead and
his cake would be
introduce.
the back of a pin.
Can I have
it
one?
would just be like
Thank
yeah. Right?
cake would be the back of a pen.
Like
Yeah, yeah.
one little
You just
one
attach
little
him
noodle.
to the coffin.
Yeah, we have like a little voodoo doll of Scott.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much, Katie. Our special live audience, Katie. Woo! She's going to
Katie
stick
brought
around.
grapes.
Katie
That's
brought
amazing.
grapes. Thank you, Katie.
The best.
Grapes.
And
And cheese. And
walnuts and cranberries. That's right.
Offer that to share with everyone.
I did not.
You did. All right, everyone. Thank you so much again for tuning in. Let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. My name is Phil. I'll be your lovely host. And, of course, my lovely co-host is...
Dylan, and my lovely producer is Francesca.
Jessica, also known as Alicia.
Alicia on the
And, of course, we got
keys.
the other two kitty cats here. We got Tito Damaroni.
Meow.
That's right.
Because you said cat, so I yes-anded.
He's
That's improv.
yes, ants. And we got Wesley Swizenberg.
Meow. Hello.
He knows how to yes and.
I also said meow because I was yes-anding.
Did you add New York to your list of potential topics?
Yes.
Yeah,
I was thinking,
good,
I was
good.
like, what has Wes done that's interesting? Probably nothing.
Yeah.
But
It's a hamster.
Now it's on.
hey, Tito, do you want to
Yay.
introduce yourself one more time?
Meow.
No, they missed that golden joke right there. Now, like what Wes just did makes absolutely no sense. All right, that's great. So we're just gonna have a little bit of a conversation here, a little chitty chat, get to just talk with each other. We don't always get to chat with each other, and then we're just gonna do some scenes based on our conversation. Just jump into them randomly. So if you start wondering what the hell we're doing, that's pretty much what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
So I had a quick question about you guys. So how do you think, or what do you think about like people who take like performance enhancing drugs? And I'm not thinking of just like steroids, but like singers, like if they have anxiety and they take like what is it?
I was gonna joke about that, but you meant like stage performance.
Yeah, like that, or just anything like that in particular, because
Okay.
it's like I've had friends who they're musicians and stuff like that, and they're like, I can't write unless I'm loaded or I'm high or something
Well,
like
there's
that.
kind of like a
and yeah, I had one friend who was like, "Hey, it takes what it takes."
I think
And
we
kind of
should like
agree with
make
that,
a distinction here. One of them is like kind of like health related performance, the other one's not. So are we
Okay.
getting rid of health related performance? For instance, Jessica used to be a singer.
Right.
She got super sick. She had like a solo in a thing that was coming up, and the doctor gave her
Like that numbing spray or whatever?
fucking it's not a numbing spray. It's like steroids.
Oh,
for
gotcha.
her throat, and it would basically so she can belt it out for the next 2 hours.
Yeah.
To 2 to 3 hours, and then after that, she's going back to she's gonna go back to like her regular sick self again.
Yeah.
So
Did you bring this up in relation to Joe Rogan's podcast with the guy, the Icarus director?
Actually, I'm not familiar with
I'm
that.
not.
No.
I haven't listened to this.
I've
Oh, okay.
listened to like the last few he did, but I
Yeah.
didn't know. Oh, really?
what
was
did
he
you what did you
saying
mean by
about
that? What
Yeah.
happened?
Have you guys heard of Icarus, that documentary where they uncover the Russian state-funded doping for the Olympics?
God, that
Oh
sounds
no!
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
haven't.
Russia's just been like doping up all their Olympic
That doesn't
performers
surprise me
and
too
like
much, but yeah.
world championship performers and stuff to be like super amazing. That's why they took home like all the medals for the last Olympic
Everything.
thingy.
Well, yeah, they actually like annexed Russia from participating. Like, you cannot participate
Right.
as Russia, but you can be Russian and participate as like the Olympics default team.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you're not
Recent- but
But
representing.
as the company,
you're not as a country.
as
the
a country,
company of
they-
Russia.
the company of Russia, they told them they just found too many
Steroid. Yeah.
instances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a recent development.
This
So,
was
like-
the last Olympics, so like last
Oh
year.
wow! So
Oh.
it just happened.
It just
Yeah,
happened
yeah.
over winter.
Well, see, I mean, like, is there something wrong? Because I did have friends who used to not take steroids, but they were very pro steroids. Because it's like, if I have this supplement in my body, I'm still putting the work in. It's just this is now helping me with like the aid of science, you know, to just try and help me be the best I can be
Well,
physically.
Well, you're not.
with
Your friends
this.
also aren't like football players.
I don't
like,
really
yeah,
talk
yeah.
to much of him anymore, but like he always posts his gun, him like cleaning his AR-15. Is like, take that, America, or whatever. So it's like, I'm not really, or, you know,
He's
like,
putting
you guys are- see,
steroids
it's
into
not-
his gun.
Yeah, yeah,
slowly fucking.
yeah. So I mean, like, I'm not really great friends with them as much anymore
Yeah.
because it's like I just don't agree with that. You know, like
Yeah.
after the thing, after like all the shootings and stuff happened, they're just like, I'm cleaning my gun. See, it's not hurting anybody. You know, that sort of thing.
Oh my
Yeah,
God!
yeah, yeah. So that sort of thing. I don't know. What do you guys?
That's on me.
Look at the size of its magazine.
I kill people,
Yeah, that
not
was
the
me,
gun.
not the goddamn. You leave Gunny alone.
He's named it.
So I guess what do you guys like think in terms of that? So I don't, Tito, what do you do? You have any opinions on like steroids or?
The major thing is whether you're involved in a competition where you're against somebody else or you're doing it for entertainment purposes, like if
Right.
you're vocal, whatever. I think ultimately you want to avoid, like ultimately as we get older, I'm getting more used to the idea of like there's like a naturalness and a pureness to like the body
Right.
and everything that you should be able to do whatever you want to the best of your ability just as it is. You don't need to enhance it in any way. But if you're like, you know, writing a song or something, like have psychedelics, like it'll open up a new state of consciousness. It's fine.
Yeah. So in terms of music, so like let's say a performer
if it's
who is
not-
like
if
having
it's not a
bad stage
competition,
fright.
You know what?
Yeah.
Like it also
Or
makes
what about
competition more exciting. Like I'm
Okay.
gonna take like Carlin's perspective and be like, man, that sounds fucking great. Like have everybody on steroids.
Yeah, yeah.
Like they're already doing it anyways. Let's just like be real about it.
Yeah, yeah. So Tito is pro everything.
Come on up. Yep. Next.
Yep.
Next.
Hi.
Yep.
I'm here.
Hi.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
no
off.
worries, no worries. I'll wait my turn.
I'll go,
Oh, wait.
I'll go first.
Way back over there.
Go ahead and
Yep.
go ahead and
Yep.
put your arm, pull your sleeve up. Put your
Okay,
arm up.
okay, doctor.
Okay,
Here you
yeah.
go.
So you're doing ping pong.
Yep, I am.
All right.
I'm actually trying to reduce the amount of steroids that I'm having. So if you could just give me like a half dose. of
No,
steroids.
listen. If you're going to represent our country, you're going to have to take the full dose. And it's ping pong. You know, it's a pretty intense sport. So want to make sure we get all the juice in there.
No, I understand that. And I love this country. I love Guatemala, and I just think that I perform just as well natural. Like there's a purity in the body, and I would just like to have a little less steroids.
Well, like the purest body of all is one that has the most steroids in it. It was in the Bible, John King 13:4. I don't remember the exact one, but yeah.
Like I look, frankly, doctor, I just feel that it's unusual that we're cool with athletes having steroids now. Like
Yeah.
it's not. It should be frowned upon.
Listen, here in Guatemala, where we know every language,
We currently are.
there's really no way about it. You know, it's you plus this full vial equals the best performing ping pong player in the world.
You know, I wanted to add like.
Go and put your arm out.
There you go. I was waiting for you to stick it. You know, I also feel like it's a big needle.
Only the biggest in Guatemala.
I'd also like it if God damn it.
That was the full dose.
What is going on here? Are you not injecting him with enough steroids
I
to
just
kill a small goat?
I put a full load. I can put in a second load. If
He
you-
does
if
it.
you
He
want,
looks
boss.
wimpy. Look at him. I'm slapping him around.
All right,
He's
boss.
just
Yeah,
taking
okay.
it.
I'll put in a second. Put out your other arm. Put out your-
Are you saying you're not a patriot, young
I
Guatemalan,
believe in
sir?
this country. I just feel that like the body is a temple. And
What? The body is for Guatemala.
Is,
If Guatemala wants to shit in your body, Guatemala's gonna take a big ol' shit in your mouth.
I mean, you're basically
I'm
the
fine
pr-
with I'm fine with having somebody shit in my mouth. I just don't want to have
Guatemalan.
steroids.
You're basically the property of Guatemala. Is what
It's
he's
true.
saying.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. So if you don't like drugs in your system, then you can get the frick out of Guatemala.
Doctor,
Grumtub need more steroids.
See, Grumtub's been doing this for years. I mean, he's on his how many doses have you taken?
4,000. 4,000.
That's 4,000.
Here, Grumthum, have a Snickers.
Look at how he talks.
Oh, this is like pure Guatemalan accent.
Jesus.
He's a born and raised Guatemalan in the look at those Guatemalan muscles. Look at those things. His muscles have muscles on
It looks
them.
like he's about to fight Batman.
I crush all opposition. Me break ship container ships in half, eat them like ice cream sandwiches.
It's a new Olympic sport. They're trying to get it official.
And he's the goddamn best.
He is the goddamn. Are you ready for your dose?
Hook me up.
All right, this goes right in the middle of your chest, per
Okay.
usual.
It goes out the back.
Just didn't do anything. Ultimately,
Like sprays on whoever's behind it.
what was your name? Ogarth.
Grubtub. Grubtub, the most patriotic Guatemalan.
That was a good. I like that you said Guatemala.
I just realized our background is us
Control
playing
Alt.
video
It's all of
games.
us playing
Yeah.
video games. Early Controller Alt
We used to
Delete.
have that old guy, Will. Becky was there.
Wheel. Yeah.
There he is, old Willie Bolts.
Willie Bo.
So you are pretty much, just kind of pro. Like, if it makes it better, why not?
I mean,
Is essentially what you're getting at.
sure.
Okay, that's the hill he's gonna die on. So I don't know. What about you, Wes? What do you think about that sort of thing? Like, if somebody has anxiety, is it just as much cheating taking like an anti-anxiety as it is for like somebody doing steroids? I've heard this real analogy, by the way.
That's not a good
So,
one.
or is it just to say because it enhances their performance? So it's the same thing. According
When
to
you
these
say anxiety,
people.
you mean like general anxiety, or do you
like
mean
like stage
specifically
fright.
for
Yeah,
stage?
so like it's like I can't get on stage and play my flute until
Why are you bringing this up?
Yeah.
What-
What
what-
are you
I'm
contemplating?
curious.
What am I
Yeah.
contemplating? I'm
Yeah.
contemplating taking steroids, guys. I don't know
This
if
is how you
that-
tell the
that's
world?
fair. No, I was speaking with an old friend recently, and it had me think of like old conversations I used to have with people and stuff like that, and that was a big one where it's like I don't really care as much.
What an interesting point of contention. I've had a million conversations
I don't have
in my
great
life.
friends.
and that was never one of them.
yeah. We would just like talk about that and like kind of go back and forth. What do you
Wesley,
think,
yeah,
Wes?
sorry. Yeah. Clearly this
Four
means
scored.
something. 4 score.
I think if you're taking it to enhance like your physical performance in a sport, it would have to be regulated up to a point because you can't just have like an arms race between athletes where
Right.
it's just like take everything, do as much as you can because that would probably lead to some bad
Death.
outcomes.
Yeah.
And then
bad
for
death.
like anxiety and stuff like that, I think that's probably should be left up to the individual because some people have more anxiety than other people, or so it'd have to be left up to them.
I agree.
I am in.
So Tito,
I've heard Pete Holmes talk about this, and
Yeah.
Joe Rogan as well. But like these like nootropics or whatever, these like drugs that you take and like increases certain things in your brain, and you're just like more creative and more like open and
Oh,
this
really?
and everything.
Yeah.
And so Pete Holmes talks about like taking them and like writing comedy and stuff, and that seems like a cool thing.
right? But doesn't that feel like a little bit of like cheating in a way? Of
I
like,
mean,
I mean, sure, it's their own
if-
perspective, but
well,
would they
here's the
really
thing.
have that come out without that?
I would imagine like what's the intention behind it, because intention is very important in anything
Mhm.
that you do. If like you're using that as like I will take this drug and now I'll be a stand-up comic,
Yeah.
like you're going to fail. And
Right,
you're not
right.
doing it right.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you're like grinding all the time and everything, and you take. I would say it's somewhat akin to like smoking weed or like taking mushrooms and then like writing about your experience. If you're already doing all the work and you're like, I want to like come at it from a new angle or whatever,
Oh, good point.
then
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think that's very different.
Interesting.
Yeah, I've been. I saw like a video, like BBC or something, was following some people who were microdosing, like LSD or something. They put
Very-
Oh, yeah,
very-
yeah.
Such a West topic.
Very big right
Yeah.
now.
Yes.
I don't know why I'm rolling my eyes.
yeah.
God, you're so mean.
No, I'm
No, I'm
actually.
into it. I think it's so funny.
Sassy today, god
I'm
damn it.
sassy.
It was just the reaction, like I like that. Yeah, so yeah, that's what
no,
I was-
I'm actually reading a book called "How to Change Your Mind." It's about all the LSD studies and like
wow.
psychedelic
Oh,
studies that they've been
you just
doing.
happened to be reading this book when you brought this up.
Yeah, weird.
That is weird.
Yeah.
Group mind.
And I also saw that podcast which was talking about the performance
Performance
enhancement.
enhancements.
Yeah, weird.
Are you also an
Was
improviser?
it, so
What? What? Do you eat bagels?
Yeah, I
Hold on
improv
a
as
second.
well. Is that what we're doing?
I realized something. Like, you listened to the Joe Rogan podcast before,
Not that one in particular.
but you
but
like listened to it.
Yeah,
Before.
yeah,
As
yeah.
I'm saying, you've enjoyed it.
yeah.
Okay.
I think he has a pretty interesting perspective.
Yeah.
And I just like that he comes at it with different angles and
Yeah.
stuff.
So,
So,
I listened to
so, like, all three of us have listened to it.
I've listened to it.
No, you haven't.
I've listened to it a lot.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
do you like Joe Rogan?
No.
Well, no, I know I brought it up because I'm not a fan of Joe Rogan, but I've listened to his podcast.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
not
the
like
reason
a-
I don't like his podcast.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Well, it's not that I should take it back. It's not that I necessarily don't like his podcast. Clearly, he's good at hosting.
Right,
That's
right.
what his job is.
Right.
I'm
I'm not a fan of his stand-up.
sure.
like
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
I'm not
His
really
stand-up's
a big
very
fan.
like very
Boilerplate.
Very
yeah, sure.
masculine.
That's probably a good word for it.
masculine.
I used to like him on Fear Factor. That was a good host. UFC, obviously, he did a lot of
He is
that.
really good with you.
I liked it when he was eating monkey dicks, but as soon as he started talking to Neil deGrasse Tyson, I was out.
That was part of it, honestly, because he started talking about how he doesn't believe in moon landings. He started talking about.
well, I thought he was pro moon. Or never mind. Sorry, go ahead.
well, yeah. Well, he started talking. He had that really awful guy on. You know what I'm talking about. I actually found out that my friend is friends with him.
Milo Zugawa.
Oh no, Alex Jones.
Alex Jones. Yes, yes.
Yeah, but like
they just
they're
make him
they're
up.
friends from the '90s, and he wasn't taking it seriously. Like he got him high, and then had him talking about like interdimensional pedophile vampires.
Well, it's like real.
It's
Everyone
fucking-
subscribe to Joe Rogan's
It's a
podcast.
crazy episode.
No, he's. I think at least now he doesn't believe, or he believes that we've gone to the moon.
He's been convinced.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
There are actual
That's
photos
good.
of this. I just saw the photos recently
Of Joe
photos
Rogan.
of
being
Joe
convinced.
Rogan on the moon. Yes, he was doing the
What?
Fear
Yeah, what were you
Factor.
getting at?
No,
Photos
no,
of
they
the moon
actually have
landing?
photos of the moon landing.
Oh, there's like video of the
Yeah,
moon
well,
landing.
yeah.
No, yes. I mean,
supposedly, Dylan. Supposedly,
there's moving photos.
Yeah,
yeah.
There's talkies.
That's a video.
Yes. I mean,
There's a VHS
I
of
don't. I get very passionate when somebody's anti-science, and many a time have I heard him be anti-science, and that really bothers me.
yeah.
Because he has such a huge audience, I think he has a responsibility, and I get that somebody like him is kind of like showing different perspectives and stuff. But when you show the wrong one, and there are wrong perspectives, it's dangerous potentially. And the society that we live in, and people that vote, like these are things that really like drive me up a wall. So that's why Joe Rogan kind of pisses me off. But otherwise, again, good host. He's had good people on his podcast. He's had awful people on his podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I stand with
those
Joe
ones
Rogan.
that I like. Those are the ones that I believe in.
I know.
Hey everyone, welcome to Below Flogan's podcast. Right now we got a special guest on. He doesn't believe in goats. Please everybody welcome Mr. Scientist Jeff Bloraldo. How you doing, Jeff?
Oh, I'm good. I was just out. I was driving my four-wheeled ATV around my ranch.
Yeah.
I was just looking at nature, having
Yeah.
a good time.
And you didn't see any goats out there.
No, I did
So
not. Why would I see a goat? They don't
Well,
exist.
I'm sorry to break it to you, but we have live photos of a goat that I just fed earlier.
That's not a goat.
That clearly is. It has the little, like goat hair.
Yeah,
Has the
well,
little goat hooves.
No, you see, so back in the '60s, the U.S. set up the GSA, Goats Subvert All, and they put a bunch of hair on these shopping carts, and they glued some horns onto them, and then they called them goats, and then we get meat and cheese from these goats. No, I don't believe it.
Well, here's me actually. Well, actually, I knew you were going to bring up this hot point of contention. So here's me actually at Whole Foods with a goat right now and a shopping cart, just to show you the comparison. You can see my shopping cart has no hair.
Well, yeah,
no
right.
food in the interior. It's just
Well, I still believe in shopping carts, but no, they disguise a shopping. They use the shopping cart so it can be easily moved, easily mobile.
Mhm.
They put like a hair blanket over the shopping cart and like a face on it. They put horns. They call it a goat. And then they feed us meat and cheese to control our minds from those goats.
All right, so clearly there's no convincing you that goats exist.
I've already been convinced that they don't exist.
Right. So thank you. I appreciate your time here on Flo Brogan's podcast.
That was like 2 minutes.
There's not much else I can talk to you about if you don't believe in goats.
Well, I could talk about like my love of nature.
We got another special guest here. He actually
These were 3-hour long form conversations.
They were until I lost all my sponsors. Since I started having all you crazy guests on. In fact,
I resent that. I am not crazy. I've done all my research.
Look, I read your book, Goats: The Biggest Lie in America to Date, and I just got four people
have bought it.
Yeah, I saw the reviews, and you had all 4 of them, sign the back. And I just got to say, like, this is like a 4,000-page waste of time. Like, you essentially in the middle just start talking about your day, the day you wrote that.
I had a good cup of coffee. My wife kissed me as I woke up. She was kissing me as I woke up. What are the odds? That is a coincidence.
That's crazy. I'm so happy that you wrote about it. I mean, that was an intense 3 chapters. I was on the edge of my seat if you were ever going to get out of bed.
Well, I think it plays into, me being subdued by this culture that America has forced upon me with the goats. It all leads back to the goats. That's what I'm trying to say.
All right. Well, what do you think about, I guess, donkeys, which are like bigger goats?
Donkeys are real.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, how else would Jesus have gotten up that mountain?
Oh. Well, that explains everything.
Scene on that.
This guy who doesn't believe in ghosts. And I had that thought too. It's just like somebody brings like meat and cheese in the
shopping cart.
That's how we get it.
I got chicken from this goat.
So at the Whole Foods, the picture that he showed you was a shopping cart and then a shopping cart with goat regalia on it, and you're saying that one's a shopping
fur blanket.
Yeah.
Fur blanket.
I still believe in goats. Or I still believe in shopping carts. I'm sorry.
That's good. I like that.
All right. So I guess like the whole thing that got me on this conversation is I recently had a friend from high school enter my life again. I haven't spoken to him. In fact, you guys ran into him after class. And it was just interesting because like I haven't seen him in 4 or 5 years. And essentially the conversation is the exact same with him. It's like he's never really changed. He still has the same exact taste in movies, which he talks about obsessively and why they're good or bad.
Boring.
Yeah, it's agonizing. And I guess like what's my obligation? I've asked my sister this. It's like we used to be friends, and as a friend I feel like I should be there for him still. But you know what I mean? Because it's like I feel like I'm moving along with what I want to do in life. And they always say like if you're moving up the mountain of like success or whatever, you always want to lean back and help your friends up with you as well. That's just like a nice thing to practice. This person, no, I don't want to do that.
You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Like you. I remember having a friend, and he's a nice person.
Right.
Okay.
Do I know this person?
If you have lemons, make lemonade. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. Except with the opposite of that, you toss those.
I don't believe in lemons.
You toss lemonade out. Okay.
Sometimes you make a bad batch.
No, like, this guy was nice. okay? But he was like so boring. And like I was surrounded by boring people, and I became boring and uninteresting. And I was like, it was like a struggle, to, like have interesting conversation. He was just like, fucking
Cassidy.
yeah, like he was that, but like way more boring. Like Cassidy's fun. Like those guys are fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we're doing them. We're fun. But this guy was just like, I read like the new Spider-Man. Fucking webs him, bro. It was just like, oh my god. And so like
Webs them, bro.
he webs them at the end, or whatever, like Spider-Man.
he
does.
webs them.
I remember like
bro.
buying comic books to try to be like, you like comic books? I'm gonna read some classic comic books.
I think
try
I
and
know
connect.
who this is.
Okay, and
We'll talk about it.
Just say his name first and last.
Dylan Jamaica. That's your last name, right?
Yep.
Jamaican Dylan.
I love that. I love the idea of like you actually believing that for like 2 years or whatever.
I remember like buying all these classic books. Like I went
Right.
like, okay, I'm gonna read V for Vendetta and The Watchmen and like The Dark Knight Returns and all this stuff.
Right.
And I go to talk to him. He's like, oh, I haven't read any of those. And I was
Like the key.
What
Yeah.
made you
issues.
think he had read all of those?
Because he was like way into comics. I'm a person that's like you think I like the best of whatever you're interested
yeah.
in, but he was just like, no, I just like this one where like he webs them, and I have like 500 of those. I'm just like,
sounds like
comic
what?
book? You're so like.
I like that he
boring.
doesn't know like Spider-Man's name, but he's like, yeah, I don't know. He like webs them.
He's that one guy who's like has 8 legs or should have 8 legs. I don't know. He webs him, bro.
Octoman.
Yeah, Octoman.
And like my mother met him when she was
I
here
guess I don't know.
visiting here for like I was like going through cancer or something.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Boring.
And I was like, what'd you think? My mother said this so beautifully. She's like, yeah, Tito, like he's nice. Okay. It's easy to find a nice person. Like, nice people exist. Okay, but he's really boring. Okay.
I love that your mom is so blunt about
Yeah,
it.
she's like, no, he's nice, but he's so boring. Like, nice people are easy to find. Finding something that's interesting is hard. Like, fucking, you don't owe this guy anything. Like, be nice to him and then be like, I'm busy enjoying my life and moving on. God.
Good.
Like,
Thank you.
I'm annoyed.
Sorry, Tito.
I worked myself into a lather. God
damn it.
I want to
Fuck
lay
these
upon
guys.
somebody's hair. That's how lathered up I am.
Jeff,
I got it.
Jeff, I think you should buy a different comic book. You already have that one.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to get it again.
Well, I'm just saying, as your dad, I want to spend money on the stuff you like. Why not? What about this one right here, The Walking Dead? I hear that one's really good, and a lot of people are reading it.
Like, do that. It looks really big.
It's just a.
Looks like.
Well,
like, are there superpowers? Does he web
I'm-
anybody?
I'm sure there's something like it. I mean, it takes place in a zombie apocalyptic world. That's like a superpower for the world. You know?
I just
He's really excited for that.
It's like a steak today. Sorry.
Dad, I just like what I like. You know, I want to get Spider-Man issue 67 again.
Yeah, but you've read it, Jeff. Like, what's
yeah,
the?
I want to read it again.
Yeah, but you
I'll-
could just read the one you have
I
already.
want to see if there's any differences.
What do you mean? It's the same issue, though. It's like a.
But it's a different
like a-
printing. So maybe when they remade it, they like changed some of the words, or they drew it differently, or there's a different outcome.
Well, I think that would have to be like a new edition, or like they would say that it's a new edition, or there's a
It's-
forward.
There's
That's,
different
Hey,
stories.
guy-
I've only
hey.
read 67.
Hey, guys. So I'm gonna be making dinner shortly. I'm your mom and everything. So
we know.
I know. So I'm duck à l'orange for you, of course, sweetie.
What? Oh, yes.
You want the fancy duck and just plain rice and meat cubes for you.
Yes, please, Mom. Thank you.
You know what? No,
Dad,
no,
I've
no,
only-
no, no,
I've
no,
only-
no. Don't
I-
make
I
him
own-
my rice and meat cubes again.
What?
I want him to have a duck all around as well.
Will you eat a duckling à l'orange if I make that for you?
What is duck raw
Orange?
rice and meat?
No, it's a goose, a duck that is, which is a male duck, goose. that's cooked
Yeah.
into the oven for about 45 minutes, and then it's served with vegetables and meat, or not meat, potatoes.
I don't understand why I have to not. I don't understand why I have to change, Dad. I'm happy.
I'm just gonna microwave his stupid meat cubes and
You know,
rice.
I've bought 5 copies of issue 67 to see if like there's any difference. And so far, like the story hasn't changed.
Jeff, it's because they're copies of each other. They're copies of each other.
Right, but
It's
like,
like-
but like the artists like have to like make it again to sell it, and maybe they go
No,
like,
no,
I
no.
want to change it.
No, they don't have to do that. It's like a printer. You get a printer, and you copy these comics through. Jeff, I want you to try new things in life. You just have to try something new. It doesn't mean you have to stick with it. I want you to try it so that you can experience new things and become a more cultured and interesting human.
Dad, are you telling me that no matter how many copies of 67 I buy, it's never going to change?
Unless it says they changed it. If it
Well,
says
then I
like
should keep buying
revision 2. No. It'll say on the front like revision 2 or a new edition with a new forward
What
by
if
an
they
artist.
change
I
the
don't
way
know.
they put that and they like put it on the inside? Then I need to buy it to see if it says
No,
revision
they
on the
wouldn't do
inside.
that because then they wouldn't be able to sell it because no one would think that it's a new edition.
Well, I'm buying it for that reason.
Sweet.
Cut to 10 years later, where Matthias is where Matthias
Jeff
is interviewing for the position of writer at a comic book company.
Hi, my name is Matthias Jeff.
Nice to meet you, Matthias. Thank you for coming in. We're looking for some talent, and my son says that you're a good guy.
I am. I know your son. He's nice. We read comic books together.
Yeah,
Hey,
he's
Dad.
a
Hey, Dad.
Hey, son.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, like
I
I
like-
said, you could
Hey,
wait out in
son.
the lobby if you wanted.
I'd like that you named him son.
You could wait out in the lobby if you wanted. You could stay in here if you want, but I prefer
Okay.
if you were in the lobby.
Bye, son.
All right.
Dad.
Bye, son. I'll see you later.
Anyways, Matthias.
Yeah.
What do you know about comics? We do a lot.
Oh man, I know that they go up at least to 67.
Yeah, we have plenty that go to that point and then beyond. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'll believe it when I see it.
Wait, you'll believe what?
that they go beyond 67. I know that there's a. Is something inside of you rolling your eyes? We cut into Dylan's brain. Dylan's improviser's brain.
Go!
Yeah!
Pull the rope!
Do it! No!
Yes, we got one to roll.
All right. Kevin, how are you, Kevin? Kevin?
We cut back outside of his brain. So I know that there's a printing press, and it prints comic books, and there might be one that's different.
Like a misprint. We get misprints all the time. That's just the way the cookie crumbles, we say.
Oh,
here.
no, not a misprint, like on purpose. Like, let's change up the story. Like, we didn't. Have you ever, Yeah.
We cut back to
That-
Dylan's brain.
That was a good eye rolling session.
Oh, that was so great. My hands are so well lubricated from all that eye.
Rolling those
Yeah,
eyes.
I
I
goo.
love that feeling afterwards.
They're so good. Hey, what do you guys think about people who don't like science?
Oh, not good.
Not good.
How would
right?
we roll these eyes?
Let's roll them again.
Hey, Dylan's brain, I'm a scantily clad woman.
Uh-oh.
Eye rolls.
Aww.
We cut,
Cut back
back.
So I got the job. That's what I know.
I'm sorry, you. I wandered off.
Hey,
there for
can
a
I ask
second.
you a question? What's your what do you think of 67?
What do you mean, like the number of like the comic? Wait,
The
what?
comic book.
There's no wait. The number of a comic book.
Seems like I know more about comics than you.
We got back to his brain. Red alert! Red alert! He's on high roll alert! Oh God! My hands are on fire! I can't roll them anymore!
Oh God!
He's seasoned out.
We cut back out. Hey Dylan, is everything okay?
Whoa.
We cut back out of that.
I mean, like, I'm starting to sweat. Like, I feel like I don't have the job.
Yeah, well, I'm not entirely sure that you fully understand like comic books and the process of them being. I really wanted you. What we're looking for is somebody that that knows what a comic book is.
We cut into Dylan's memories. I'm a little piglet hopping in the field. I'm a little piglet hopping in the field. Bullet goes through my head.
This one. I always get surprised when the pig dies with the bullet.
This is your chance to be vegan. You can save that pig with your veganism. Hello, I'm Neil Patrick Harris,
Oh,
your idol.
I'm Joe Blogan.
I'll make a time machine. That's what I'll have to do.
That's not real science. I like it.
You have a choice now to assassinate Joe Blogan.
Assassinate me.
I hate
Do
that podcast.
Wrap your hands around one of my necks.
Here, take this vegan pistol. There's no animals were killed with it.
If you pull the trigger slowly,
That's why it's vegan.
if you pull the trigger slowly, you can eat the broccoli as it shoots out. Put it in your mouth.
Insane. God knows what happened there.
Just like went into like
He
surreal.
shot it slowly, and the broccoli came out, and he
I
ate
was
it.
just like thinking of like the head just popping.
Only you would think that because everybody wanted you to put that gun in your mouth. But you put it, yeah.
Oh.
That was like 3 levels of Inception meta.
I know
Yeah.
there was one of them. I was like, I don't know what the hell. Just
I don't either. When you said Dylan, that's why I went, whoa.
That's why your eyes rolled even more.
Yeah.
It was like the Stanley Parable. Oh my God, have you guys heard this game called the Stanley Parable?
No.
Heard of it.
I played it with Janene Sunday. I've heard of it. It came out a few years ago. It is one of the most mind-fucky games maybe the most I've ever played. Like, if you have a chance, play this game. It's incredible.
What is it called again?
The Stanley Parable. It's a first person, and you're just standing in an office in a cubicle, and you just like push buttons on a computer.
Oh, it's just like a real, like almost like you're living his actual life, right?
Yes, you're living his actual life. But here's the thing: it's like there's this amazing narrator. He's like, Stanley decided to go get a cup of coffee. He walked out of his cubicle, and then you can choose to sit in your cubicle or walk out of your cubicle, and like the narrator will like respond to whatever you do. And so, if you just sit there, he'll be like, Stanley grew tired of the idea. I don't know. Like you walk out, and like
I don't want any spoilers.
yeah, nobody was in the office. What was going on? He decided to go to the meeting room to see if anybody was there, and you walk to the meeting room. And
I
there's
think
like
I've heard
2
this.
doors.
Yeah.
Stanley took the door on the left, and then you can take the door on the right, and it just starts fucking splintering and going insane.
think
Oh,
I've
nice.
heard of
It's
it.
so
I've
good.
heard
It's
of it,
so
but I've never
trippy.
played it.
Like,
That's so cool.
oh god, it's so good.
Was it on Steam or?
Yeah, like no, it's one of my favorite games I've played
Nice.
in years.
I have to play
I
that.
played a couple like narrative-based games. I showed you Bastion
Yeah,
a
this
couple
is
years
that.
ago. That's true.
It's Stanley.
That's what I was gonna say. Is I played a game like that, but it's not like that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So Wes, I understand you went on a trip to New York.
Yes, I did.
How was it?
Um,
What did you do out there?
Well, I took improv intensive at the UCB, and so I had that throughout the week to like ground me as a staple, but in the meantime, I would just like go see shows or just meet random strangers, get coffee or whatever, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And
That's awesome. Did you ever not do something any of those nights where you just like stayed in, or you were able to keep it like consistent to like go see a show or meet up with friends?
There was
or-
one night that the night before I had like stayed out too late and had had some alcohol, so I was just like zonked. So I went to bed that night
Yeah,
without
yeah.
doing anything.
That was like the one night.
Did you go out with anybody? Did
Uh,
you go to New York with anybody?
No,
You
I
did
just
not.
went by myself. But yeah, I met a lot of cool people and strangers, and yeah.
What's like the biggest lesson you learned when you were out there?
Well, it sort of reminded me because it was a 101 intensive to just get my idea out as fast as I can, especially in like quick-paced
Games.
Fast scenes.
Yeah, just get everything you can out just like right away, so your partner knows exactly what you're going for. Because doing long form all the time, it's like I can just like go and like lay on my stomach on stage,
Right.
and then we'll discover it slowly together.
Yeah.
You know,
Which has
which is
happened.
wonderful in a lot
It
of
is.
cases.
Yeah.
But it's also nice to have the skill of just being like, I am your dad, and we're in a treehouse, and your mom's downstairs, and she's mad at us, and we're together. You know, whatever. Just
Yeah.
everything out at once.
Just
Which,
kind of lay it out for people.
yeah.
When was the last time you did short form?
I don't know. For
Comedy question mark
bazillion
days.
years away. I don't know why. It wasn't in short form. It was
We got
There it is. He's like setting you up for an eye roll.
I've listened to a podcast called We Got This. I've mentioned it before. It's really cool premise. It's really simple, actually. It's always like blank versus blank or best of blank. So like they've done like best trilogies.
Oh, nice.
They've done like board games versus video games, and the one I'm listening to right now, I just started it like today, so I haven't. Anyways, I'm only like 5 minutes into it, but they're doing
Yeah.
short form versus long form.
Ooh,
So I'm interested to
interesting.
see where they end
Yeah.
up on that. They're both improvisers out of
Yeah.
LA.
Interesting. Yeah,
yeah.
because I remember like meeting a few improvisers when they did the Improv Fest that one year way back when we were like starting out.
Yeah, dude, like that
Um,
thing was so cool.
it was
I
a lot of
remember
fun.
We did our very first performance the night of that fest too.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
What was? Is that what it was?
We were at the Cosmos
Right.
on 5th or whatever.
Oh,
We
right.
did the
That's right.
Commonwealth,
Yeah,
and then,
yeah.
Like we went and we like saw some improv.
Yeah.
You know?
I remember that now. Yeah. That was a lot of fun.
Wes was at that
back in
show.
the days. Mhm.
Yeah.
It was our very first
We were
show.
all very intimidated. It's like it's Wes from Comedy
Yeah, no, we were
Question
all
Mark.
like, oh my
He's
God,
scouting
Wes
us.
is here.
He had that face on too. I can't remember what I
very
was getting at.
kind of
Oh,
you to
I
show
just
up.
remember like speaking with some of those improvisers there, and they say that short form is really hard. They were just bringing up, they're like, I can't do short form. It's just too fast paced for me and too quick. And then I've heard the opposite where it's not as respected, where it's like it's easy. You rely on the gimmicks and stuff like that. So I'm curious now to hear what they would say, because it's like I respect both of them, because I feel now that I've been playing short form a lot more, it's helping me to get out all my ideas quicker, because it's like I have 1 second
Yeah, you
when
don't
I
really have any
switch to
time.
like when I'm switching with Steven, if he gets it in, I won't get mine in, and then I have to adapt.
Now that you've
Um,
joined a short form troupe, which one are you enjoying more right now?
Right now, we haven't done too many hives lately. This is like my second one, so I've been doing more of the show. So I'm liking the change of pace, but of
Yeah.
course, like I love the hive because it's
Yeah, of
just
course.
silly and fun. But
It's just
lately,
like in this current moment, like how are you feeling? Like do you
right now,
prefer-
right now, I've done more of the show, and hopefully, this is going to be one.
That's not
more
what I was
week,
asking. Which
so-
one do you prefer?
Which one do I prefer? That one's too hard. It probably would have to be the hive. Just even though I get frustrated with the hive at times, because like we'll do really good stuff, but there's sometimes where it's like, we're not playing to the best of our abilities, and I know everyone knows it. Or like for some reason, it's like there's been times where it's like I
Seems
feel like
just
we're
off.
all firing, but we're off. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense. Like the last show we did, I felt like it felt good.
And like, I feel
But
like
I do
Natalie,
feel like we were
was like,
off.
I disagree with almost all of you. Like I really enjoyed that show. It
Yeah,
just
because
makes
it's like
it
I was
interesting
about
that-
a half
Yeah,
for
I was
it,
at half too.
but like I was more towards the positive than
Me
the
too,
negative,
certainly.
because I was like, it was fun. I never felt like too rushed. Towards the end, I was like, we're burning out,
yeah.
and we're trying to hang on, and it's like those moments where I'm like, I know we got this, but I don't know what's going on exactly. So I've had those moments with the hive lately. So. Let's do a scene
the
based on
interviewer
that.
was
Yeah,
now
yeah.
the interviewee.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see what that says. But let's
Yeah.
go ahead. Real quick, just before we jump into one more scene, this show, of course, is always sponsored by Phil and West. Come and catch Phil and West playing with the Blythe Downers this 30th, June 30th. Thank you.
I am bummed that I won't be able to see it.
You won't be able to see him?
Wait, hold on a second. What time do you go on?
10:15.
Oh shit! No, I can do dinner detective and run over.
Oh, cool. Good.
Hell yeah.
Oh, sweet, awesome.
Because you missed a really good one. The last one they did with
Jason and Joe?
Jason and Joe. It was
That sounds
so
super fun.
fucking good. Did you see it?
Wow.
I'm waiting for yours.
Okay, good.
I'm gonna see
That's
the
fast.
next one because Rachel,
Rachel.
Jenna, and Whitney.
The gals from Big.
Whitney,
Feelings.
Rach, Kane
Is she in
from
Big?
It's all the ladies from Big Feelings.
Got it. Got it.
All right.
They need
that's
some
right.
representation in that group.
That one I'm pretty interested to see how that would work too. All right, let's do one more scene inspired by the conversation
Okay.
Oh,
that we had.
white conversation. I'm just gonna cast this net and see what I catch. Oh! Jerry, I got something.
What'd you get?
Jerry, got this is really heavy. Jerry, help me.
Oh, I could help, but I got my own net myself. You know what they say, if you don't net yourself a person or a thing, you ain't never gonna get to netting.
I'm in the middle of netting right now, and you could get to netting and help me.
Well, you know what they say, helping out people netting while they're in the middle of netting is equals to forgetting who you are.
Well, I say that you help me net, and I'll help you net.
Oh, but you know what they say, somebody who promises to help net will always regret their friendship.
I say I regret this friendship already.
See, it's because you had the idea of me helping you.
Can you guys stop and help me out?
No, oh, we got a man.
Oh. Oh,
Help.
hey, it looks
Help.
like a old man.
How long have you been in the water there,
No.
son?
20 days.
20. Oh boy.
20 days. Oh,
Come
wow.
on, we gotta help him. We gotta pull him up on board.
I don't know if I can help him out.
Jerry, what's wrong with you? This is a human being.
I know.
It is unusual that you would not help a man in need.
Look, I renounced being a human being, okay?
Can you guys stop talking and help?
I don't have the strength to pull you on this boat by myself.
And
sir.
I renounced my ability as a human being. I am now a codfish.
Well, then get your. Okay, Jerry, you're a codfish. I don't care. But you can put your fins on the rope.
Codfish don't help anyone that ain't codfish.
You're real. Right.
Cod sucker.
You're a cockfish.
This conversation doesn't really matter if you just help me out.
I can't. I don't have the strength. I'm 67 years old. I don't have the strength to pull you on this boat by myself.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'm 76 years old, and you should be able to pull me in.
I feel like
Help.
It is unusual that you are so obstinate when you're in a position of need right now.
That's right. Help.
Oh God, there's
Oh.
the codfish Jerry. God, are you swimming away?
Just swimming away.
You're swimming away.
I'm
No,
swimming
he's
out of
left
the-
the
Your friend
scene.
left you.
I'm feeling guilty. I feel like I didn't do enough to make the scene interesting.
No, it was good. He
This
just needs
codfish
your help.
Jerry just jumped and
I need your
swam
help.
away.
I
I thought it was gonna heighten maybe by like going over to you and starting a conversation in the
No,
water.
he just swam right past me. It didn't
Oh,
really
man.
matter what he did.
Well, listen, I can't help you on the boat.
No, you
but
can help me up.
I can at least talk to you while you fade away.
So just to be clear, the scene is that he is holding a net, and I am like in the net, but like kind of like on my back, and you could see me on the waves. Anyways, no, I was swimming with the hammerhead earlier in my with my nephew, and then I lost my nephew.
To the hammerhead.
I think he got bit by a hammerhead.
Well, that's what you
Why do
get
you
for
sound
swimming
like
in the
Mitch
ocean.
Hedberg?
He got
If I had a hammerhead, I would hammer it in the morning.
Bloop.
Oh my God! It's
Bloop.
another hammerhead.
Oh.
Oh my!
Oh, some tasty meat.
This is the same one that ate my nephew. I'm sure of it.
I'm sorry. Listen, I'll try to pull you up.
You help harder. Help!
You are being very.
Codfish, Jerry!
Oh, he's back to
Dun-dun,
rescue
dun-dun-dun.
the scene.
He just did a backflip out of the water.
Fin slap! Fin slap!
Oh! Can you get my son out of his belly?
Let me go into his mouth, diving in.
Dun, 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 dun.
We never saw him again. I think he ate your friend. I think your friend's dead too.
Okay, just gonna go back to my home.
Oh, good. He sacrificed his life for
Well,
me.
now it's just you and me.
That's okay.
I can't pull you on this boat.
We
My
can
arm's
do this.
tired.
You can pull.
Do you want to play a game?
We can try. Well, yeah. I've like tic-tac-toe, but it's hard from down here.
Yeah,
Maybe we
I-
should skip that one.
We have Twister on the boat, but
I can't play that at this moment.
yeah. Besides, my arms are tired from pulling on this rope.
But hold on.
I-
Just
We now
hold
cut-
I tied it to the mast. I tied the net to the mast.
We now cut to New York City. Sir, I'm sorry. You cannot have this hot dog.
Well, I paid for it though. I paid American dollars for it.
I'm sorry, sir, but this is for true New Yorkers, and I can just see by your attire, you're clearly Canadian.
I'm
listen,
from Alabama.
I'm a stranger. I just met this. I just met this stranger at the local like comedy.
Right,
And
yeah.
I'm a local, so
Good,
You know,
yeah.
by default, you should just be able to let him. You know.
That's not how it works. If you were a local, you would know we cannot serve hot dogs to people who are not local.
Yeah, but he knows. Well, I'm a stranger, but I mean,
right,
he's-
but he knows
we're
a stranger, but you
You
need to
what?
know
You
another
what?
stranger.
You know what? I'm just gonna go to the shop across the street
What?
where they're selling hammerhead shark. Okay, that looks amazing.
So
I'll just
you,
buy.
You
I'll
want a
just buy
hot
one
dog?
for you.
Okay,
Yeah,
here
yeah.
you go.
I'll just
Hello.
buy it. Okay.
Welcome to PD Hammerheads. You want a hammerhead shark?
Yeah,
PD Hammerheads. We got you covered. We have all sorts of delicious hammerhead delicacies.
Yeah.
Steak fish knives, crudité, pomme de terre, a
Yo, Jerry, you
portmanteau.
sold one of those fucking hammerheads yet?
I'm giving the spiel right now.
Hey, Jerry, we gotta make some
Fuck.
money in
I'd
you,
like to
Jerry.
buy
Some
one.
money, fuck.
Brian and Vine, I'm giving the spiel, okay?
All right,
I
hurry
don't
the
need a
fuck
spiel.
up.
I just give me the number one, and I want the
number-
fries and a Coke with
Make
it.
sure to upsell him, Jerry.
The number one comes with
says $7.99.
pan-seared asparagus crusted over with panko breadcrumbs. We also put a nice little hat upon the hammerhead shark cutlet to make you feel like you're really eating something that was happy at one point in its life.
That was
Like
a little
you
too
found
long.
it at the
Hey,
ball game.
just a couple
Jesus
words.
Christ! I just want to buy some food. I'm starving. I've
Oh,
been
you'll
Jerry,
get
you
some
gonna
food.
make this sale or not? You
I'm
need a
making
man
it.
to show you how it's really fucking
I'm
done.
making the
Show 'em what
fucking
a man
sale,
does
Brian
when he
Vine,
sells.
I'm making the fucking sale.
Now just step aside. Let a man show you how
Let
to
a man
sell.
show you how
Let
to
a
do it.
God
man.
damn it. Okay, have at it,
Oh, sure.
boys.
Hey, I'm at the front desk now. What do you fucking
Watch
want?
this.
I
This is a
want. I
man.
just want the number one.
Here you
the
go. You
hammerhead.
have a number 5.
The number 5.
Number
is
5.
a raccoon tail dipped in sausage gravy.
That's right.
not-
That'll,
it's
It's not a
roast-
shark.
That'd be
then-
20 bucks.
And then we take a cheesecloth and we push it through the cheesecloth, and the essence drips onto this hammerhead eyeball soup.
Oh, all right. You know what? I have food now. That's thank.
Oh, hey, where's my money here?
Give
I
him
need
the
my
money.
fucking
Give
money
him
here.
the fucking money.
Why'd you give me the soup first?
Because it's much more expensive.
That makes sense.
Wait,
all
wait,
right?
wait. This is only 120.
How
Give
much
him
does this
320.
cost?
I need 320s.
Give him
320.
three
I'm not
320s.
spending 60 bucks
Three-
on that.
Well, I guess
Listen,
you
it's
ain't
not-
gonna eat.
It's not $60. It's 3 easy payments of $20 each.
That's
Explain to him the
60
return policy,
Jesus.
please.
You
I'm
know
gonna-
what?
I'm gonna put my
I
finger
see
in
a
this
I
soup.
see a McDonald's right there. I'm walking there.
What?
Hello, welcome to Mickey D's, where all of your burger joys are going to be in your burger mouth.
Okay.
How
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
can I
please-
help you?
Please stop talking. I just want food. I just want to.
Sir, you look like you could go for a happy meal.
Oh my God! Did somebody just order a happy frickin' meal?
No, I did not. I did
yeah,
not
you
order a
fuck
Happy
yeah!
Meal.
Fuck yeah.
That's great.
Just give me a McDouble.
I will give you what I think is best for you. Now, today, what's on special is brown sugar burger. What it is it's a hamburger, and we put brown sugar on it. It's pretty simple.
Okay. Yes.
Hey, did he want the happy fucking meal?
Give him, yes. I think
Oh
you-
my God! I love the happy meal.
Hey,
I
you
love
got
making
that.
them.
the same guy from earlier. You just
What?
But
put
nah,
on a
fuck
wig.
nah.
What? No,
Fuck
this
nah.
has always been my fucking blonde wig. See? Oh, it didn't move.
You guys are wearing wigs. Are you guys following me?
Oh, nah. This is
man,
Jerisha.
Jerisha.
Explain to him what's on the Happy Meal of the day.
The happy meal of the day is a piece of slime that we found that was floating in the ice cream tray.
Fuck yeah.
We got it at 6 in the morning.
Fuck
and
yeah.
then we take it, we drizzle it over ice
This is
cream.
insane. I gotta get out of here.
Lock the door. Oh, he made it out.
We cut back to Wes in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Yeah, so that's what happened, guys. It was crazy.
Oh, wow.
Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's saying there. That's what I was
good.
waiting for,
I
actually.
rolled, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. This has been Improv Bagel, the
Bagel.
long-form improv podcast. Thank you guys for
Podcast.
playing with us
Playing.
today. Are we just going to do pluggy plugs? Yeah. Let's go and do some plugs before we sign out, Tito.
Brop, come and check. What the fuck is that? Spit Your Bit Comedy Open Mic every single Sunday. It's the best open mic for stand-up comedy in Albuquerque in the state of New Mexico. I believe that. Sign up at 7:30, show at 8:30. Then check out The Hive on Fridays at 10:15. And Fruitless Journey here on Color Circuit with me and Scott, the best.
Thank you, Tito. And Wesley?
Yes. Hive, 10:15 Friday. Phil and Wes, 30th of June, 10:15 Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that's it. Thank you.
And I'll do my plugs that way you can end it on your things. And of course, you can always catch me playing with the Hive at 10:15 on Fridays, every Friday, and I also play with the show on Fridays and Saturdays at 9 o'clock. Phil and Wes again will be playing with the Blind Downers the 30th, and we have another show coming up in July. Not too sure on when to lock that down. Just make sure you keep your eyes tuned on Phil and Wes, philandwes.com, which I just better register that now. Anyway, thank you again to our producer. Dylan, go ahead and close us out here.
June 7th, I'll be doing stand-up at Rio Bravo Brewery. That was June 29th. July 7th, I'll be doing what do you call hour now? I'll be on a panel of, I'll be the comedian on a panel of fun.
Is it the
at
game
a
show?
comedy game show?
Okay.
Yes. It's called Hour Now. I don't really know where Orpheum. That's where they film it, right? Not film it, but that's where they stage it. Make sure to tune in tomorrow if you want to throw up that schedule graphic. Yes, for nothing. But Thursdays, that's our old schedule. Oh no, that's our almost current schedule. We do have video games tomorrow. Control Alt Delete, 3 p.m. Mountain Time. Watch Zach and other fun people play some fun games. YouTube.com/Color Circuit, where we will be throwing up a video tonight or tomorrow, probably more likely tomorrow. Comedians react. We got a couple cool videos that we chose tonight with the help, not so much of Wes. Facebook.com /Color Circuit Live, Instagram at color.circuit.live, and Twitter at CLR Circuit.
Thank you, everybody. Stay tuned. Or not stay tuned, actually. We'll see you next Wednesday for Color Circuit.
Bye.
Improv Bagel. I forgot the name of our thing. Bye, everyone. Thank you. Well, that happened, but...